we are. One of the the last YouTube video prior to the last car talk probably. Holy guacanchole. I nearly slipped and fell in my butt. But yeah, one of the last couple car talks that I'll be able to probably post on the Ticket Talks. So that's a bit sad, honestly. And I gotta get gas today too. That's less sad, but it's weird. This is loud for me. I'm not sure how the mic caught it, but the wind was not the wind, but the heaters, they were going. But yeah, it's interesting, like the end of an era, literally. I started my whole page back up. This explicit page, I had one that I made prior to, but this page has been going strong for, it would have been the, I think, 3-year anniversary mark, 2-year anniversary mark. It would have been the 2-year anniversary mark, because I started the lifting page, kind of near the tail end of my, freshman year of college and stuff like that. Because, I saw a bunch of other fitness creators, and I had another page that was more music-based, so I'm like, let's do something more with the gym, and I'll try to keep the gym and music stuff separate. That way, people... And now, it'd be nice, I think it'd be cool to kind of keep all my interests on one kind of page. But, that's just, people watch fitness people because they want fitness. People watch music people because they want music. So I think, muddying the waters and having, a kind of... And I would try and experiment with different kinds of content on each page. And it just, never really meshed up too well. Because, I'd do a little bit of fitness, but it'd be, mainly music on my music page. So people who followed me because of lifting stuff never really got that lifting content that, they followed me for. So, in April, I think, of 2023 or something like that, I made my first things and stuff. And, yeah, we are, officially out here, doing this and stuff. So, yeah, it would have been 2 years, but it's, like I said, it's just sad, man. It's, not the biggest deal ever, obviously. It's the world spins, the world shall continue to exist, and that is wonderful, but it's a little bit more depressing, especially, when, I was doing good. I was on the path to definitely hitting 10K, subscribers this year. Not subscribers, but followers and stuff, and I would have liked that, I can't lie. Call me a little selfish for wanting to be successful at something I enjoy, but it would have been cool. And, on the bright side, we're at 58 subscribers on YouTube, so I feel like that, equates to around, 6,000 people or something. And honestly, it kind of forces my hand in the matter to be more long-form content oriented. I would gladly hop on Reels and be doing all that stuff, but brother, when I say Reels sucks as an interface for video editing and stuff, it's so bad. I could get over the algorithm. Honestly, like Bashad Dog, I don't need that. Why I like TikTok is just because of the simplicity of its overall software. It's just nice. It's easy. It's good. And yeah, Reels not so much. Shucks, would you look at that? My phone took a little bit of a dive. I really hope that you were staring into the sun and all that fun stuff, opposed to my beautiful face. Oh, hey, it came back a little bit. How nice of it. But yeah, now gotta fill up on some gas, and we're gonna need a slightly extended, longer car talk today because I had to drive in the opposite direction to fill up today. Because, yeah. And now, of course, it's a little bit warmer today, so everything's supposed to freeze over the weekend, though, which is unfortunate. But on the bright side, I can wear a sweatshirt today in Michigan in the middle of January. So that is always a pretty big old win. So I will get pumped, and then, we'll be back on the road. All right, and we're back. Okay, a little chillier than anticipated, but, I don't really plan on being outside for too terribly long. There's half a tank. And why did I only fill her up half a tank? Because gas is cheaper where I'm going. So I just need enough to make sure I can get from point A to point B to successfully fill up at point C, and et cetera, et cetera. So we're just kind of going through the motions, doing what we do. But yeah, let's talk more about the future, shall we? It's crazy. The stuff is crazy. Yesterday, oh my gosh, dude, this week, the week, so today's like, I think the 17th of January, so whenever this video decides to get done by myself, I've actually been a little bit motivated to, get my long-form content more or less out at a little bit quicker of a rate, because one, I actually kind of sincerely enjoy editing and working with this stuff. Now, mind you, is my editing phenomenal? No, it is basic. Is my camera work phenomenal? No, it is darn passable. And that's kind of why I like it. It's like there's nothing too much to it. It's simple. It is what it is, and I'm here for that. Especially when so many different aspects of my life are just like very convoluted, and there's a lot happening where I can not like make things simpler, but like where I can make a nice quality thing with with some lower efforts. I'm here for that, and this happens to be that kind of nice little trade-off. And yeah, now we off to the gym. Today's gonna be a nice push-oriented day, but a very scientifically oriented, push-oriented, But yeah, I kind of want to, let's just talk about this week, because it has been a mess. So, I've just been going through it more or less. It seems like a bunch of different things that looked like they were really going to hit a nice fruitious, high, a nice, moment of, prosperity. Everything was looking amazing. And then all of a sudden, nope. A lot of things kind of went haywire. Now, mind you, a lot of those things tend to be a bit more on the personal side of things, so I will keep those to myself, gosh darn it. But it's just mainly from a kind of career-oriented standpoint, especially trying to get, coaching to be a thing that happens for me a bit more. I made plans for a lot of people. I reached out, I'm like, how's it going? And no one got back to me after I sent them plans. So, it is not looking too great as far as that. The clients I thought I might have had did not really pan out, which is unfortunate. I'm a little bit disappointed in the people, but to be expected. And to be completely honest, if they don't want to reach out and work with me, and stuff like that, and they're just going to be, avoidant of the situation, it's just not worth my time. Honestly, it's yay that, I realize, okay, a little mistake there, a little whoopsie-poopsie, but anyway, on to the next thing. I'm happy it happened earlier rather than later and stuff, but yeah, so we're kind of going with that, and yeah, man, and then this next topic is one, it's do I talk about it or do I not? I guess I can be very vague. So moral of the story, relationships, am I right? It's just been really weird for me in that kind of sense. There's always a person, there's always someone, that, has the apple of your eye kind of situation. I got a person like that in my life right now. And it's just the apple's, it's a quirky little apple. It's like a Fuji right now, I would say. Not great, but, it's still an apple. So, and, I'm kind of analyzing said apple, and I'm going, is this good for me? Is this a hearty apple? Is this a one that will give me the nutrients and the calories and all the fun stuff I need to really continue to keep going in the way that I want to be going? Or will this apple, or does it have a worm in it? Will it give me some food poisoning? Is it a little mushy? And also along with that, at its base level, it's still a Fuji apple, so it's it ain't the greatest. But it's do you do the thing with apple trees where, you take the tree from which this Fuji came from, and then you take a branch, you attach it onto another apple tree and hope for maybe a more refined apple after, a little bit of work. That's the thing. I did not expect my Saturday to be a bodybuilder discussing relationship stuff through the eyes of apples. And there we go. I think it's a better angle right there. So, yeah, that's kind of what I've been just going through a little bit. And it's hard for the fact it's I really just want to talk about this stuff to this person, but this person is busy. They got a fair bit going on, and that's the other thing. It's an apple that doesn't really isn't too available, it seems, ever. So it's a really, really quirky thing, and I understand it, and I understand maybe my expectations of said apple are probably too high, but it's like my expectations of my own apple is really dang high. So it's just like, do I lower what I want for the sake that this apple I know is still a pretty good apple overall? Or do I, attempt to get a better apple? I don't really know. It's really hard to like kind of make that distinction and really be like, yeah, no, this is the right choice, because we don't know. I don't know. And if you know, you are lucky, because it's just like, it seems impossible, especially with my current life situation. Things are bonkers, bucko. And I'm not really too sure, what to do. And, I wish I could be like, yeah, no, I need to do blank, blank, and blank, and these results will happen. I could still do, blank, blank, and blank, but I don't know what's going to come of it. And that makes doing things just a little bit harder, I can't lie. As someone who is, I'm more or less an optimistic nihilist about life and the world. There are the moments where the more nihilistic aspects of it just really, really hit home a bit more than the optimistic kind of side, and it's just, because, regardless of what you believe, the adjective in front of it is only just a light descriptor of what you actually are. Like, let's get into this thing too. The term of people saying, oh, I'm not a, competitive bodybuilder, I'm an aspiring bodybuilder. I don't like that terminology, because, like, you're still a bodybuilder. Now, mind you, if you're bodybuilding without intentions to compete, I mean, you're still a bodybuilder, are you not? You're building your body. Hear me out. Crazy idea, I know. But just like, there's no such thing as, I think, an aspiring bodybuilder, because you're either building your body or you're not. And then we have things like, the terminology is, pro bodybuilders and stuff like that. You cannot call yourself a pro unless you win a pro card in some regard. And even then, depending on the federation you win that pro card in, the pro-iness of, that whole title can be debated possibly. But, I mean, to each their own. A pro's a pro, and you can't deny people that. But yeah, it's really interesting life at the moment. Because, I do, like I may have said, feeling a little lost, feeling a little kind of up in the air with what life is at the moment. Especially, with TikTok not being something that I can no longer really, rely on just to be pretty solid as far as, like, getting, content out, to making the content, taking that content, putting it onto other platforms and stuff. We now have to do a little bit of, kind of fighting with other platforms and stuff. But, I mean, to each their own. Like I said, we'll get through it. I'm a resilient little guy. And that's the only thing we really can be in life, is like resilient, because the only things that are guaranteed in life is, the fact, one, you're living right now. That's something we can, say for certain. And two is, like, you're gonna die. Like, anything in between is just up to chance and up to, like, your own decisions and all that fun stuff. And you gotta be, smart and willing to make decisions that will better yourself, or else it's just like, that's like extra dumb, It's like you have the ability to be on a rock that has a bunch of cool other rocks on the rock, and you just happen to be a thing that exists amongst rocks. And it's like, that's a lot of rocks, man. And I think it's pretty nifty. And, I hope to do something great. But it's just like so there are some of those days where it's just like, yeah. But, we push on and we get stuff going because we are so cool. But I push on, and as I push on, it is not necessarily the greatest ways in which I push on. Like this week, I'm supposed to send a check-in to my coach. I did not. I just straight up Sunday night, like when I'm supposed to do that, I'm just like, I'm sad. I didn't go to the gym. I skipped the gym for 3 days this week. And just like, I was a tub of lard. I just like was sucking at life. I was sucking at, bodybuilding. I was sucking at, the teaching job. I was sucking at, coaching. I was just sucking a lot about, in regards to a lot of things. And it was bad to the extent it's like, when one thing goes bad, usually there's another thing that comes around that can like pick you up a little bit. For me, it was like bad after. And it wasn't it. It was not great. It was not good at all. And now it's just like I'm in a position where it's just like, I was dealing with the whole Apple fiasco kind of thing, to put it mildly, having that little mental debate in my head. And then it's just like, I'm not the most socialized person. So I'm more or less chilling by my lonesome a lot of the time. Because it's just like, when you live a life where it's like, you head to, when all your jobs are gigs, essentially, and you're just kind of, trying to become something and not seeing progress in it, it gets very isolating. It's very freaking depressing, man. I cannot, oh my gosh, it is crazy how much my mental state can just be, shafted. And it sucks, because, it happens, and it happens to me a fair bit, which I don't really like. Shocking. Feeling sad is not great. But, you gotta fight. You gotta freaking fight, man. And that's the one thing, it's just as sad and as, low as I feel I can get, nothing's taking me out of here. Nothing's taking me out of the race. And I refuse to go down, because just the next day is bound to be better. And, I mean, I was at a real low last night. I was working in my bowling alley thing, and I was cooking. I was stupid tired. I had a very exhausting week, as I kind of said, because this entire week has just been a mess. And, I came to the realization I need to quit that job. Straight up, I cannot continue to work in a place that is surrounded by deep fryers, drunk bowlers, and just other people who don't align with who I am as a person. And I know it's stupid, because it's just when you're working jobs that are very much gig-oriented, you got to take what you can get. But to be completely honest, it's just when you surround yourself with people who, they have aspirations, but they don't really morally, or I guess in a physical kind of sense, aren't going to end up where you want to be, it's just you're doing yourself a huge, disservice by sticking around. And, it's going to be a little, because I think, per week, I usually can bring home $120 from that, just because it's, after I do my substitute teaching shifts, I'll swing it over there for, 5-ish hours, 4 hours, 30 minutes, something like that, depending on the nights. And, it's good money. It's right in my hometown. It's, a very easy drive. But the amount it takes out of me, and the amount of deep fryer food and, other garbage I'm surrounded by, it just makes it, dude, when you have to follow a meal plan, being around that stuff and just literally having the access to throw whatever you want into a deep fryer, oh my lordy, it makes stuff hard. And hey, would you look, oh hey, okay, I'm actually proud of that tripod right there. It did not completely eat butt. I'm very proud. Good job, Mr. Tripod. And my phone for holding on for dear life. But yeah, now we're off to a gym where I can hopefully be the trainer soon, because that's the thing. As soon as I get this in-person trainer gig locked in, I'm quitting that bowling alley job, because that, do not like it. Me no once again, I can go on about it. It's not good. Well, the thing is, it's actually a great restaurant gig compared to a lot of other ones I've been in. It's just not good for me. I want to preface by saying great environments, if you want to be there, but for someone who's always striving for more, I just, I understand it's take what you can get, but I know I can get better. It is the biggest thing about that. So, great, but if I can get that gig and I can, make approximately that same 120-ish a week, whether it be, through beginning of the months, larger payments, or getting paid throughout the week to do a little weekly training session, fun things like that. If I can do that and have it be oriented to fitness, I'm good. I am going to be having a wonderful time. So that's going to kind of be what, I'm hoping for. I'm hoping the owners here, the reason I'm not kind of hired sooner is just because there have been a little bit of insurance change-ups, and, considering the population of this little fitness space tends to be a tad bit older, they, utilize their, health insurance and stuff, to get the membership a little bit cheaper. And so they've been having to deal with a crap ton of paperwork changes because of it. So, they want to get all that done before, they bring on, little old me as, the facilities trainer. And honestly, I'm hoping I can make a name for myself, just because in this area, there's really only this gym. And heck, if I can, start spreading word, it's hey, I do bodybuilding coaching. You want to be someone, come to this place and you will be thoroughly impressed, because I see this facility as having the potential to be one of those golden era hotspot kind of deals. Obviously not a bodybuilding mecca, but the mecca of the Midwest. Or no, Michigan's a little north. The mecca of the northwest of the Midwest, and then even more mid in that northwest. But I think it would be cool to kind of cultivate a culture of, maybe bodybuilders, meatheads with dignity is the big thing, because it's just I know a lot of people, it's Oh, dude, I saw this gym review, so I'm gonna meet up with an in-person client I got in GR, Grand Rapids, for those of you who don't know the lingo and stuff. And I was looking at one of the gym he goes to. I was looking at the the Yelp reviews as one does, and I just one was just like, it's very meathead bodybuilder-esque, and I don't like the energy. It's like, why wouldn't you like the energy? You're surrounded by people who are there to, I mean, maybe for more vain reasons, but they are there to indubitably make themselves better, to like sincerely embrace working out, love working out. It's like, why would you not love to be in that energy? And I understand, some people are just insecure and don't vibe with those who are very comfortable in that kind of space, and I understand. I don't want to call them insecure, they just maybe aren't the most, confident in themselves, and I understand, that seeing people really in their element can be a bit like of a culture shock, but, to each their own. I'm going to have a little cereal bar kind of thing, and we are going to do a lifty, chest day focus. Wow. Pose down time. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, no, we are. Yeah, we are. Things are definitely looking today. Holy smokes. Oh, feeling pretty dang, wow, large. Holy smokes. But yeah, you know, we're doing good, feeling good. It was a nice chest day. I can't lie. Like, things were feeling great. Like, I slept well for the first time. Like, this whole week. It's been a mess, as we kind of discussed in the car talk thing. But yeah, for what it's worth, like, popping off a little bit here. Also, there's a little special thing I got planned today because, TikTok's probably gonna, I know it's gonna go past Sunday, but for the heck of it, we're gonna do a little send-off kind of deal, and we're gonna do a comparison thing in which, probably gonna throw up some images, some vids of me in my, posing trunks and stuff. When I was getting, stage lean, get ready to, hop on stage. Now, we're gonna do a little thing where I'm gonna pose in those posing trunks like this. And surprisingly, they fit actually still pretty well. So make sure you always maybe go a size down compared to what you think, because like those things are stretchy, and like the way they're made, they're not gonna like highlight anything you don't want highlighted. And you know what I mean if you are a bodybuilder person. Whew. Now let's actually hit some freaking poses. Whoop-a-pa. This smells kind of crazy. Don't know about the back today though. I didn't do any of my usual blood pull-ups or anything we gotta get some blood going back there, but we got a pull day. I'm gonna be hitting with a client tomorrow, so wanted to save all of that for later, Oh, watch. Okay, time to remove the thingy, and I don't even know I have my mic on, so I don't have the thing plugged in. I guess that's just gonna kind of lightly stay there, I guess, while, we do our stuff and things. Ugh. But yeah, pro tip. Necklaces may seem douchey, but they help when you have recording stuff and you want to do some posing without a shirt or anything. And hi, wow, that is gnarly. Whew, this guy's natty, what? Not for now, but yeah, crazy, wow. This is hard. This is going pretty nifty. Wow. All right. Definitely looking a little blocky around the waist, but that's definitely, to be expected when, we're in a little fluffy phase is what I'll call it. Really got a big gargle, but it's chest day, so that's okay. Gosh, the whole gua sound has been appealing to me lately. Vocal stim, I don't really know, but it's some. Oh, jeez. Wow. It's still so crazy. All right, let's hit some other poses. All right, first, we're starting off with a bit more pant on than, the posing trunks, just to, keep it PG as long as we can. All right, here we go. All right, starting off, we're wearing the short shorts. Just because, gotta get a feel for how we're looking. Whew. My side profile's just getting more insane. Especially as that hamstring just keeps beefing up. It's crazy, man. All right, there we go. I by no means have like a large waist, just in comparison to my shoulders, and where I kind of store some fat. It just doesn't look the best with the fluff, but it looks okay. All right, here are poses. Let's just hit a front thigh. All right, here we go. Posing time, been in the posing trunks. Yeah, oh, okay. Quads are quadding. Front relax goes okay. Whew, man, like I said, that hamstring's insane. Being like 169-ish, something like that. Yeah, we're looking pretty solid. Always could use more definition at a larger size, but we'll take what we can get. All right, abs and thigh.
Hope those look okay. Okay. Wow. You know, for what it's worth, we're looking better, day by day. I just wish my shoulders were a little bit wider and this physique wouldn't sweep, but you know, just it'd be a tad bit better. But yeah, with that, alright, with that, that's the gym portion of our video, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, we'll probably have another car talk. Do you wanna know why? I'm in the mood for that. The Chatterbox vibes are here today. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at those arms. Oh, but yeah. This is by no means, you know, I think a Mr. Olympia physique or something that could even get close to that level, but something that could get an IFBB Pro card and have, I think, a pretty okay career in the world of bodybuilding. I don't know about y'all, but that's just how I feel about the matter. Alright, see you in vehicle.
Okay, this is different than what I was expecting to do. As you can tell, this is not a car talk, as I said would be happening. We're changing my tail lights because that's been a problem for a little bit here. So I'm realizing it's snowier than I thought, so I need to get some boots on opposed to tennis shoes. And I also need to grab the keys to my car. So we'll cut to me working on stuff and things. Okay, I've returned a bit more better equipped. Actually, I have the keys to the car, some of the necessary tools, and some gloves in case it gets too cold, but it's a wonderful like 30-something degrees, and here in Michigan, after dealing with some like 20 in the teens kind of weather, this is light work. So, we vibing. Heck yeah. I'm now blinded by the light I set up. Ow. Okay. Alright, let's see what we got going on here. Weird. Heck, of course I left the lights on because that's what I do. Okay, here we go. I don't need to start that. I don't know what I was gonna do. I'll have to start it though. Well, actually no. Okay, shut up. All right, let's quick brake test. It's working. Do I not need to fix it? Let's see. I guess I gotta test whether if this sucker turns on. And then, oh, there's the problem. See that? Or yeah, the fact that you don't see that is the issue. So let us change that sucker up. So, okay. Now that that's under control, not really under control, I still need to fix it. But what we got to do, or at least what I think I got to do, and what I'm assuming I have to do, is we're going to replace the tail lights because we replaced the bulbs. Me and my dad were out here working on the sucker not too terribly long ago. And what we ended up having to do, or what ended up being the problem, was the fact that it's like a circuitry thing. I'm gonna stand more in the front of the light. It's a circuitry thing. It's the fact that it's like the little metal module, little thingies that go into one another, they're not connecting properly. So we do this weird taped up thing, which I'm now gonna have to undo. It's gonna be annoying, but I gotta undo all this anyway. So we are out here doing what we do, being so mechanical. Also, fun fact, I am not much of a car guy. I can't lie. I mean, I'm a big fan of older cars just in general for the fact that it's like you can do a fair bit of stuff on them yourself and it doesn't get too terribly mechanical to the point where you really can't do much of anything. So here we go. Now the fun part where I gotta try to, dang, that's in the way. So we're gonna adjust the angle a little bit so it's not as terribly bright. All right, angle adjusted. All right, there we go. But problem being it's like, I don't even know what I was saying, but yeah, just gotta fudge. Okay. Yep. I also worry about breaking this thing because the thing is, if this new one that we got doesn't work, I'm kind of screwed because, I mean, if I were to like somehow mangle this sucker, okay. Literally was just like throwing around 80s today for an incline press. What the actual heck? Come on. Ugh. Ugh. Got it. Okay, cool. So, old tail light. What we now have to do, I'm gonna see if I can angle this sucker upwards. That works actually, I think, significantly better. So what we gotta do now is take the things in this and put it in the things in this. However, this is also a relatively newer taillight as well. So I have a pretty darn good feeling that it's the electronics within, you can't really, maybe you can kind of see it, but this, I'll grab the light. There's this, oh my gosh, you can't see anything because of my fat face, or maybe it's the car itself. But right over here on the side, this little doohickey mabobber thingy mabob. I'm assuming it's kind of just not really wanting to work too much. It's, you know, this car is from either 2002 or 2003. I cannot recall. So I have a pretty darn good feeling all this work will be for naught, but you know, we're gonna try it anyway, because why the heck not? Yeah, but now we're just gonna take the bulbs. Ah, Jesus, not again. We're gonna take them out of this sucker because we know the bulbs are fine. We actually replaced all these not too terribly long ago. I'd rather not use the needle nose I had to grab, but if these guys don't want to cooperate, that'd be kind of unfortunate. Just twist out of the, ugh. Come on. Oh, Jesus. All right. Needle nose time. Yep. Why aren't you coming out of your little socket? There's literally no need for any of this. It's so close. Oh, Jesus. That thing was sealed in there. Okay, bulb 1. Only took us 5 minutes. Here we go with this one. There's always a problem. That took no work. I gotta make sure to line these up properly too. Actually, we're just gonna take them and put them immediately into the new light. That way I don't have any chance to mess this up, because knowing my luck, I will find a way. Okay, here we go. Hooah. Look at me being oh so. Here we go, and come on. Hey. And twist. All right, there goes that one. Then we got the top one. Here we are. Hey, come on, baby. Fit in the guy. Is this upside down? No. That's the way I was doing them. Oh, there we go. I don't know why that one goes in differently. Quirky. All right, cool. Final one. And we just got to hook it up and then see what happens. See? Look how easy all the other ones are. Just that top one's a little turd muffin. Sounded like there was some in there for a second. Yikes. All right, here we go. Okay, other way. So close, yeah, but so far away. Hollow Notes, please don't copyright my video. Jeez, okay, here we go. And just a little extra twist. Okay, all right. Installed. Now the fun part, hooking this sucker back up. I doubt it's the light. I have a good feeling the light isn't the problem. I'm pretty sure it's this little fixation right here. Okay, so we got that there. Okay, so it fits. Let's just lightly set her right there. So, light, here we go. Now we gotta go start to the vehicular and see if this sucker works. Because that will be the big telltale sign on if this was a waste of time. Okay, it runs, good. Now the real question, come on. Are you kidding me? And once again, let's see. Oh, nothing works. Oh wait, are you crapping me? What the heck? Okay, hopefully the exhaust isn't too terrible for too long. What the hey? Even then, you know, even even though, the car's running, this being plugged in theoretically should freaking work. I'm not very happy right now. Okay, I need my phone flashlight to get this to work. Well, let's have some fun with that. Get a different angle on the matter. That way I can get this light aiming over there, and I got a light aiming then down here as well. So this should double up to make some a little bit more worthwhile. Let's also zoom out to get more of just, I guess, everything. Out of all the things I would have anticipated to have, happen, this is not one of them. Yeah, the worst part is, at least something should be lighting up. Nope, nothing. That's great. That's lovely. Well, this has been somewhat obnoxious. And I wish that could have been in a fun little way, as in it took a little work, but we got there. No, that is not what this is looking to be panning out to be. So, I actually twisted that in by hand. Proud of myself. I'm just so strong. Nope, never mind. I retract my statement. I'm actually just a tiny, wimpy little boy. No mass to my frame whatsoever. Just so small and petite am I. Because the annoying part is, if I plug this back in and it works almost immediately, I'm going to be so ticked. He's like, do you know how annoying that is? All right, cool. So now let us try this. Oh, geez. Getting exhaust in my face. Okay. The thing, it works. I don't want to mess with it. I'm just gonna carefully put it back, No harm, no foul. Okay. We're just gonna screw this back on. And I don't know how. I have zero clue on what I did. But I'm not mad at that. I don't think anyone can be mad at that. I think, even though that was maybe not my best showing of technological knowledge, my best knowing of stuff and things. Actually, it was a lack of knowledge of stuff and things that probably got me here in the first place. We're doing okay. We're actually doing significantly better than I anticipated. And that's not going to fall out. That holds. Now the real test also, I got to make sure all the other lights are working. Okay, please say the blinker is... And now the blinker light isn't blinking. But... Brake light works. Blinker... Now the blinker doesn't work. Does the right one work? Yeah, the right one works. Not the yeah, I mean, it works. That's on. You can see that in the camera. Look, it turns on. That's pretty cool. All right, let's try this sucker again. Here we go. All right, it's on. It's off. It's on. Please. Now the blinker. I was so close. Shucks. That's so lame. Yeah, no, that's not doing anything. All right, let's... Shoot, I don't... shucks. Maybe I gotta tighten something a bit more, because that blinker was... I think it was working earlier. I hope it was working earlier. Let's see what else we gotta do still. Hup. Hey, we made it farther than I thought, at least. I'll take this, I think, was an overall pleasant turn of events. However, this top light ends up going out. I'm a flip, just a tad. Ugh, why? You think they'd, have a mechanism where it's like, oh, the pull is easy, the push... Well, now I guess actually you want the light to stay in there. Valid. Oh, fuck. Okay, we got that. I just gotta remove that real quick. I might need to tighten this just a tad bit more. Okay, there we go. Please, for the love of sweet baby Jesus, show me mercy. Okay, come on. We're not gonna screw it in this time. Okay, here we go, here we go, here we go. Come on. Fudge. Ah. Well, it's great that everything else works now. Now the blinker. And once again, over there it's fine. That sucks. That really sucks. I might have to make a trip to an auto shop tomorrow, but honestly, you know, the main mission was accomplished. It's unfortunate we lost another thing in the process, but hey, what you gonna do? All right, now I just need to push this. Okay, there we go. I have to learn how to do the hand signals for a little bit, it looks like. Ah, man, the left turn signal too, of all things. Like, that's wonkers, man. The right one, yeah, that one's still also going to be a pain. But even then, it's just like anything with like the taillights is just a pain, because just like, you know, it's such an integral part of the frickin' car and communication while on the road. But on the bright side, the lights are now lighting. I might try this again tomorrow, see if I can get any changes with the other light, because I don't think I was plugging the thing in enough. But we'll call it good. We'll leave that out here. We'll leave the equipment I need out here. But for now, it's like, you know, like I said, the main objective was accomplished. That one main, just regular lights chilling now. And we're going to call that a video. So yeah, I say this was oh so manly of me. Like, who'd have thunk that a muscly guy would work on a car? That's, yeah, honestly, that's you could have written that story yourself had you tried. But yeah, that was so mundane. That was so lame. That was like, out of all the things I could have done, there are way more exciting ones. But for what it's worth, you know, we did what we had to do. And I think tomorrow afternoon, I'll see if I can get that blinker light working. Worst case scenario, I just got to go buy a bulb from like O'Reilly's or something. Okay, well, that's a take.